So our last topic today, the City of Portland is taking unspent money from the Big Pipe wastewater project to use for other purposes, such as bike paths. The Willamette Week newspaper has documented other cases where the City of Portland is taking money collected for one purpose and using it for other things. Are these kind of decisions Portland officials were elected to make? I know. Let's see. Let's talk about that. Al?
I'll talk about that. I'll get back to the healthcare now.
No, we're not going to go
me,
back.
The amazing thing is you can have a city the size of Portland that takes on a major project and actually comes in under budget. We look at the big dig in Boston. I think that came in 3 times the cost, and we were talking like $13 billion to start. The danger with this is when you tell people we're going to take maybe sewage money, water and sewer money from them, and we're going to perform this service. I think they're duty bound, or should be, to use that for a similar service and say, gee, we have enough money to put in this huge pipe to hold the overflow, but we've got some extra and we're going to do some lateral work, or we're going to do something in another area of town addressing the same problem. And I think there should be a giant lottery that whenever they cut the ribbon on the big pipe, and then how soon the first overflow, the first floater goes down the Willamette, because it probably won't take their whole problem away, and they may
go to color bars quick.
they may be sorry they didn't put some of this into a reserve, or heaven forbid, lower somebody's sewer charges.
Well, the straight lines are unbelievable here. You know, you go ahead.
I just want to know what
Thanks for having me on this show, though.
I just wanted to know what the answer to the question was, do you think that they should take those funds and use them for other things? Do you think that that's what they're elected for?
No, I think they should feel obligated to use money they collect to solve a problem. If they have more than it takes, they should expand solving that problem, because they've got a lot of other problems with sewer overflows that they won't be able to address.
Or just the sewers in general,
right,
they're degrading.
And infrastructure is very important, and not only to the development, but people that happen to live in areas that have the sewer problem, because there'll still be times you won't be able to water ski in the Willamette.
Right. You know, people of Portland elected their city council. And I think that what they were trying to do is get a city council in there that could make some general overall decisions about what's good for their own citizenry. And I think that in general they were elected to spend money. Now where that money comes from is a different story. But I agree with Al wholeheartedly that, you know, the big dig alone in Boston was atrocious, and Portland has done a good job.
Yeah.
The infrastructure in Portland is really aged, and just the fact that you've got the sewer overflows, they need to spend that money on fixing sewers all over the city, because most of it's cast iron pipe, and it's degrading. And you're getting, last year there were a couple of huge sinkholes that made the news, and that kind of stuff. That's where they should put the money. I don't think bike paths, I understand why they want to put the money for bike paths, because it cuts down pollution, more people are biking, but it definitely needs to go into the sewers.
I think I'd like to speak up for
the money's going
I think
into
Jack
the
has an opinion.
Well, no, I mean, just briefly. I'd like to speak up for the cyclists. I mean, I think what they're doing here as a cyclist is they're trying to create a template for the future where people see that this is a good thing to do. I mean, for example, I started cycling 2 years ago and lost 20 pounds like that. Yeah. And that is a good thing. And ultimately, you have more people doing this. Obviously, not everybody's going to be able to commute in on a bike. But if you had, you know, a large percentage of people, more than they're doing it now, like I think it's 3% or something, you know, you're going to lower healthcare costs. You're going to do a lot of good things.
What's wrong with having them actually be insured and pay taxes like cars do?
Absolutely
And
nothing. I would pay a bike.
Good, and that's all.
license,
I think that's a
absolutely.
reasonable request. So
I
now
do
you can
too.
pay for the everything, and now we all are good. If you know what I mean, we all have the things going to appropriate things.
We can say the money's going down the toilet.
Oh, on that note, that's all we have time for today.